Pour some, pour it. Just pour them. Okay. Okay. So, when you come here, bring it like this. You acclimatize them. Lift it and bring it. Acclimatization here, it means that you don't just pour them into the pond. You gently slow it there for themselves to swim inside, to swim in. When you bring fingerling like this, you will surely see some mortality. But if it is the mortality is high, it means that there's something wrong. So we are quarantining them. Quarantining, we still talk more about it. However, uh, when the COVID-19 came, that was when the word quarantine became popular. When someone came from abroad, the person were quarantined before. And the same thing applies to the fish. When you bring new fish, to add them to your already existing fish, you are not sure whether they have come with diseases. So it's good you keep them in a separate tank for a few days to observe how they behave, and then you can decide to add them. Ah. So let's see. Well, I say acclimatization. So you see how they're active. Now you just lower it, and then themselves will be swimming into the pond. Yes, instead of just pouring them in. So when they stay here for a few days and we notice that they are okay, they are healthy, then we can then add them to the mother pond. Now, if you observe, this pond actually is supposed to take more than 100 fish, but this is obviously more than that because we are not going to be here for long. We'll transfer them. And someone may ask, Abdulaziz, this water is dirty. It is dirty because we kept sand under before adding the water. And the reason we added the sand is we have introduced probiotics. And that sand makes the probiotics to be effective. So we just added the sand purposely for the probiotics. I'm going to dedicate a complete video on probiotics, what it is, how to apply it, and the benefits. But to give you tips before that video, probiotics is just microorganism that you introduce into the pond that will make you run the farm without changing the water. And the thing, what happens is that that microorganism, they will be feeding or they will be breaking down the waste of the fish. Therefore, the waste will not be harmful. The ammonia will turn into good for the fish. The only thing is that if you complement it with aeration and filtration, that will be best. So basically, this is how we quarantine fish. We put we will put them in separate container like this for a few days or a week. If they're okay, then you can now introduce them to the other fish. But remember, before you also add fish into other fish, what you have to note is that the fish must be the same size. If they are not if they are different sizes, cannibalism is going to be high. But in this case, when we are going to add them, they are of the same size. In fact, they were hatched at the same time, but they came to our farm at different times. So we don't want to just add them there and introduce virus. So this is it briefly. And maybe when we introduce them or add them to the other fish, we will cover that one too as well. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe. And if you need our service, contact us. We can help you set up a fish farm. We can also help you set up a aquatic system that can make you run your farm without changing the water. Like I say, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video and let it reach more customers. The aim is to provide tips that help ourselves and our colleague farmers to be successful in our fish farming journey. Thank you so much. If you can remember, unless you have not watched our yesterday video, it was yesterday that we kept this fingerling here just to quarantine them before we introduce them or we add them to another fish into the fish pot. Now, when we kept them here, we didn't feed them. So the following day, that is today, we are going to feed them to see their health status. So let's give them the feed and see how they react to it. If they react and they are active, that is indication that they are healthy. So let's watch out. As you can see, they are eating. Yeah, they are still fingerless. So don't expect them to be like grown-ups. Their status is better. Though they still need some time to cover up, but it's better. And you can always see, don't just assume that, oh, this cup is small, they'll eat and pour and go. No. Do the responsive feeding method. Give them small at a time and observe how they eat. If they eat it so fast and they still need more, then you add them. Then when you give and realize that they have slowed down, they are no more taking much, then you leave them. They are okay. But the moment you want to satisfy them more, then you end up overfeeding them. And when you overfeed them, then you have water quality issues and mortality. So I'm going to leave them like this and then put the remaining feedback for tomorrow. Underfeeding your fish is always better than overfeeding. It is better than overfeeding because when you overfeed them, you can kill them. But when you underfeed them, they won't die, but they will not grow as fast as you want. But them grow slowly is better than them die. Yes, because the more you, I say I will not give them again. So the more you can see that once I will not give it, I just gave us this one. You see that it's still lying. Now it's a sign that they are okay. So when I say I will not give them, I had the indication that they were okay. But I added this small. You see that they are not picking a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It means that they are okay. So the more you give them now, you are going to have water issues. So thank you so much for watching. You can contact us to install a beautiful farm for you or install filtration in your farm. If you already have one and you want to do filtration, you can contact us. We are available. Thank you so much.